former Trump campaign aide pleads guilty to lying to FBI agents. A foreign policy advisor for President Trump's campaign pleaded guilty to making false statements during an interview with FBI agents about a Russia-connected overseas professor who offered dirt on Hillary Clinton, according to court papers. George Papadopoulos acknowledged lying about his contacts with Russian government officials in court documents unsealed on Monday and admitted he emailed a high-ranking Trump campaign official in May 2016 with the subject line, "Request from Russia to meet Mr. Trump." Russia has been eager to meet Mr. Trump for quite some time and have been reaching out to me to discuss, the email said, according to the papers dated October 5. He told the agents during an interview on January 27 that he had a conversation with a London-based professor about a week after he began working on the campaign in late March 2016, believing building a relationship with him could raise his standing among the other Trump advisors. The professor, who was not identified in the court papers, was accompanied at the meeting with a Russian woman he introduced to Papadopoulos as a niece of Russian President Vladimir Putin. He later learned the woman was not a Putin relative. Papadopoulos then emailed an unidentified campaign supervisor that he had met his good friend and said the get-together's focus was to arrange a meeting between us and the Russian leadership to discuss U.S.-Russia ties under President Trump. The campaign supervisor responded, "Great work." Later that month, Papadopoulos went to a national security meeting in Washington, D.C., attended by Trump and another campaign advisor, and introduced himself as somebody who could work out a meeting between Trump and Putin. He continued to talk with Putin's niece and the professor, and they continued to assure him they were sending his requests for a meeting to the highest Russian officials. "I have already alerted my personal links to our conversation and your request. As mentioned, we are all very excited by the possibility of a good relationship with Mr. Trump," the woman wrote Papadopoulos, the court papers say. The professor also introduced him via email to an official in the Russian Foreign Ministry who ended up talking with Papadopoulos over Skype about laying the groundwork for a meeting between Trump campaign associates and Kremlin officials. At the end of April, the professor told Papadopoulos he had just returned from Moscow and learned about the Clinton emails. "They have dirt on her," he said. The Russians had emails of Clinton. "They have thousands of emails," the court papers say. The professor and the foreign ministry official continued to tease a meeting with Trump campaign officials, and Papadopoulos continued messaging his supervisors. At one point, a high-ranking campaign official referred him to the campaign supervisor who was running point. Papadopoulos then sent that person an email with the subject line, "Messages from Russia." Eventually,